getting my first England call up. Obviously, as a dream as a kid was to play for England and represent my country. So I made that phone call and then telling my family was probably the proudest moment of my career so far. The Eze's, the Dom Solankis, the Lewis Cooks, the people like that. The club you're playing for is the club you die for, basically. And with the 12-point deduction, we went into a relegation fight. The weather adjusting to that is probably the biggest difference. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people know what I'm going to say. It's the Poutine.
We have CFM player Tom Pearce joining us here live. He joined Montreal in 2024 from Wigan Athletic. I found out he's a Red. He's a Liverpool fan, so good for him. Maybe this interview will go terribly awry. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter because he went to Everton's academy in 2003. So I want to know what that was like. From the academy, actually, in 2003, he moved over to Leeds United's academy in 2014. He made his professional debut with Leeds in 2018. He played 5 seasons with Wigan. Won an EFL League One championship in 2021-2022. That's absolutely phenomenal. And then he made his way here to CF Montreal's debut July 26, 2024. So all kinds of exciting things to talk to him about. And he'll be joining us in studio. The first half, I'm Paul Devaye, and joining us in studio is the man, the Liverpool supporter, the Everton Academy sort of graduate. I'm going with this dude. You know what? I figured I wasn't going to. Now he's laughing. You can't see it, but you'll see it later. But that made me smile. Tom Pearce, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure, man. This is awesome. We're really excited to have you here. Fun. It's always having a footballer in that's currently playing. It's great because it's, firsthand knowledge. And even though on the show we don't really talk, let's be honest, we don't talk about what's happening on the pitch at the moment because it's a culture show. This is a show about everything on the periphery. It's still fun because you were deep in it and the energy on and off the pitch and the supporters and what you in the street. I mean, nobody can speak better than you, right? I mean, you're living it. So welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so for those that don't know, give us a little bit of background, where you were born.
Yeah.
And again, I don't care about don't give me the Wikipedia. So
No,
give me where you were born, mom and dad. Give us a little juice on who you are, and then we'll get into some other stuff.
Yeah, so obviously my name is Tom, 27. I'm from Ormskirk, which is a place about 20-30 minutes from Liverpool. It's where I grew up as a kid. Obviously with my family, my mum, my dad, my brother and my little sister. And yeah, obviously lived there till I was 16 and then moved out of home, and my mum didn't really like it, to be fair. She got a bit lonely.
She got lonely that you had moved out to follow.
Yeah, because then it was only obviously my dad and my brother living at home then. So then we had my mum and dad had my little sister.
Amazing.
Yeah,
that's sweet.
Yeah,
there we go. A little free time without Tommy at home.
Yeah, that's the one. And she always wanted a little girl, so
beautiful.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. Does anybody in the family play football?
No, just me. My brother's played in the past for like a few clubs, but he is more of a taekwondo type of guy. He's a black belt in taekwondo, fought for Team GB.
Wow.
So yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
He doesn't now, but he did in the past.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's a whole other level, huh? And that's a whole other mental
strength. I didn't mess with him at home.
No. Younger brother?
Younger, yeah.
Younger?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, 24 years.
Oh, yeah, that's the worst. Yeah, you've lost the only power an older brother has.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, okay. Well, that's why you had to get out of the house.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Amazing. Where did the... is it an automatic because of living in the UK that you were into football? Or was it mom or dad sort of, feeding it towards you and then you ended up enjoying it? Again, I know people play it at school, the playground, those sorts of things. But was there anything else pushing you in that direction?
I think there's a bit of both. Obviously, from when I was 2-3, I always kicked the ball in the back garden. My dad used to take me to the park. And then obviously, he's seen I had something in my left foot. And I think that's kind of what pushed him and also me to, continue and get into football.
Oh, very cool. Okay, I just always love asking that question, especially when people come from across the pond or countries that it's really in the DNA.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying it's not here in Canada, but it's a little different in specific parts of our country just because of the weather, right? So you're going inside, there's a little there's some other competing sports at the top, and so okay, that's very interesting. So I wanted to ask you, you'd be a great person to be able to answer this, the fundamental differences from the MLS and the English game. So, coming from the EFL and seeing that whole system and how that works, and from training to how things are here in North America, is there something that you could pinpoint as a big difference, or something that's also that stands out to you because it's new that you're here, right? And so it's fresh.
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's a massive difference in terms of level. Obviously I played in the Championship in England and League One, so I wouldn't really say the level is. Yes, you've obviously got some like big players in the league, so obviously they stand out compared to others. But the level, I wouldn't say is too much. I'd probably say the biggest thing is like culture side of things and the weather. Obviously every place you go is different weather. For example, here it's a bit colder. You go Miami, it's 30 plus degrees. Yeah. So I kind of probably say the weather, adjusting to that, is probably the biggest difference.
Because and maybe I've also gotten a lot of responses about from professionals in the MLS for the distance, so the traveling. That's also. I mean, the league itself actually tries to mitigate so that it's not so end to end. But that the travel is also one of the biggest differences between flying around in Europe versus North America.
Yeah, I mean, obviously in England, you're not flying you're not really flying. Everywhere's pretty close, a coach journey away. Obviously here, every away game is a flight, so that is hard. It's hard on the body, but kind of that's our job, and we just kind of get used to it and get on with it here. And also, obviously in England, you might travel down south and it's a 5-6 hour bus journey. Yeah. Here it's a 3-4 hour flight, so it's hard in England and here, but you just kind of get used to it.
And I'm not looking for a complaint. I'm just saying I'm wondering if that's also sort of one of your key factors. What's something, and again this is just the direction I want to go for a little bit, and then we'll get into some other things, but what are some things that you're missing from back home, from Europe, that you can't get here? Is there anything that like pops to mind where you're like, you got to stuff the suitcase full of stuff every time you call mom to UPS something over here?
It's probably some of the foods. Yeah,
amazing.
Probably the biggest thing is obviously in England we have a thing called full English. So that's like your beans, your sausages, your egg.
Yeah, but they're not shipping you. They're not shipping you
no,
full English
no,
in a
I
box.
understand that, but that's probably something I miss.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and the roast dinners. The chicken dinners and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's right. And you're not doing that because you're not cooking for one. You don't want to.
Just the taste is different. Work? Yeah. Okay. Kind of England has a certain taste, and that's what.
There's a flavor to that egg. Yeah. It is, no. Listen, I'm laughing, but it's completely true.
Is, yeah.
I remember the first time. This is a long time ago. But the first time I was in, I got an egg. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah, it's hard to explain unless you've actually tasted it.
Yeah, but there's not even. Anyways, I didn't find anything really tasted that much different. But visually, you're looking at this egg. You're like, what is going on here, right? Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Full English. I would love to see your mom try and ship a full English in UPS. So would I. That would definitely be something. Something that we were doing. We've started more recent and not that in the show is, and it's also fun for media and social media stuff. Is can you pinpoint right now? Because only up till now, one of your favorite moments in football as a footballer, not going to a game. I'm saying as you playing. Yeah. Is there something that comes to mind as one of your favorite moments of your career so far?
Yeah, I'd probably say getting my first England call up. Obviously, as a dream as a kid was to play for England. Yes, it's not first team level, but I'm representing my country, so I'd probably say that phone call and then telling my family was probably the proudest moment of my career so far.
First of all, do you get a cap?
Yeah.
Anybody you get a cap.
Yeah, each game you play, you get a cap. So I've got, I think it's 10 or 11 caps at home with each team
cool,
I played against. Yeah.
I'm really into that kind of stuff. Like, it's just so cool.
Yeah.
What is there any moment during your England time? Is there a specific moment, a specific game? Is there something that pops out for you?
Yeah, so my first call-up was a under-21s call-up to the Toulon Tournament, which we ended up winning. So, it wasn't a bad first experience of international football, yeah.
Did you get? Was there a goal, or was there something? I mean, a goal for you, but was there a specific play or against a certain country that really you're like, oh man, that was where I shone and like really, stepped on the gas?
Probably just the overall. I had a pretty good tournament. Played quite a lot of games. You had a lot of top talents in there. Premier League players now who were just flying, like the Eze's, the Dom Solankis, the Lewis Cooks, the people like that, who were playing at the top level now. So
yeah, that's cool. Do you guys stay in touch?
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Like, is every year's team have that WhatsApp? Is everybody in it, or is there like some guys have their own, and then it's just a total mess?
No, obviously, like you have the squad ones, and then players obviously
create their own.
Yeah, create their own and stuff, and then you obviously don't keep in touch from everyone you played with. But you have like certain groups and certain people who you keep in touch throughout your career.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Then I gotta ask you this one too. It's coming. I just thought that I was prepping you, but I just want you don't want to break anybody's heart.
Yeah.
Anything that stands out as one of the worst moments of your playing career so far?
Yeah.
Or maybe ever. Let's leave it as this will be it, and you won't have any more bad moments ever again.
I'd probably say when I was at Wigan. And obviously COVID happened, and then the club just went into administration. It was something I've never experienced before. I was still young at the time, and then you get that phone call like you're in administration, point deduction. Obviously, I joined from Leeds the same season. So, they were at the top, near the top of the league, and then with the 12-point deduction, we went into a relegation fight. So I think that season was tough for me. We finished mid-table, but with the points deduction, it ended up getting us relegated, which was tough because it was out of our hands. Really, it wasn't in our control.
Do you take it personally when a player joins a club that you haven't been supporting? And I'm not trying to be cold, so it's not it, but it is sort of your business is where you're getting hired. That's how I see it. That's where you're going to play. Do you switch something in your mind that says, this is it, I now live and die for this club, until the end, or until they let me go, or until, wherever my career takes me? Is that a typical mindset of a footballer? Or because I see the way you said it, you took it looks like you took it personally.
Yeah.
But you didn't grow up with Wigan. You didn't grow up in Wigan's backyard. You didn't grow up supporting them. So is that how it sort of molds together? Yeah.
I mean, obviously the club you're playing for is the club you die for, basically, and you give 100% for that club. At the time, it was my job. Wigan was my club. No matter who I'd played for in the past, who I'd supported, Wigan, like I said, was my job, and to go into administration out of our hands, out of our control, was tough, mentally. And we kind of had to come together as a team, as a management, as fans, because we didn't have fans in the stadium to back us, obviously,
because of the
COVID. So we kind of had to just get together and say, listen, we'll do this for the fans, the people at home, the club in general, because people lost jobs, like management, behind the scenes, chef, cleaners, and we kind of wanted to do it for them. Obviously.
Did that come down from the manager, or is that something that you guys as a collective all just said, you know what, we got to go, we're all in, because of this was a lot of clubs were dealing with that. Maybe not relegation administration, but they were dealing with people literally losing their jobs. I mean, they were shutting down stadiums, right?
No, it was a collective. The management and the players got together and kind of set a few goals. Like I said, it was out of our control, but it was kind of in our control as well to perform on the pitch to save the people, the chefs, the cleaners, people like that, their jobs as well.
World Cup is coming to North America next year.
Yep.
I mean, I know you know this. Everybody's talking about it. They've been talking about it forever, but now it's just, it's not even a slow burn. This is all anybody's talking about. Are you excited for that? Are you excited as a fan Okay, so sorry. Let me start this again. Are you still Are you a fan of the sport? Are you able to just go and enjoy the games wherever they are for whatever they are, and not see it only as a footballer and as a job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you are able to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Are you juiced up and excited that it is literally coming to here?
Yeah.
I mean, this is amazing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I
it's
mean,
coming to
it's-
Toronto, but it's Canada, Vancouver, then all through
Yeah.
the U.S. and Mexico.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be great. Obviously, there's a lot of stadiums which have never experienced anything like that, and obviously England will be in it. So I'll try and fly to one of them games as well. And I've never been to a World Cup game, so
Never.
never.
Yeah. See,
Never.
that's it.
So,
This is going to be nuts.
Yeah. So
You're gonna pull some string. Here's a question for you.
yeah.
You have caps. Does that get you tickets?
Unfortunately, not.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Not
there's
even.
No.
You can't do like a hey, I played under 21s. Here are my pictures with you and all your caps. Can I get a ticket?
Yeah.
It's like
I mean,
no.
I'm
Sorry.
sure if I did some digging, I'd find a way out to get in somehow.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that's terrible. I'm gonna. That's something that I'll write a letter on your behalf to the FA if you'd like.
Yeah.
Or somewhere, or maybe
That'd
the FIFA.
help. Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't. I think it should be one of those like there should be a ticket pool specifically for for
Yeah.
Three Lions players, male and female. Doesn't matter which World Cup, right?
Yeah.
That gets you a set.
Yeah.
Maybe not to the
I'm
final.
happy with that. So if anyone's listening,
Anybody at
Yeah.
the FA or anybody at FIFA,
Yeah.
if you've heard Tom and I's plan, this is
Yeah.
a plan that we've just devised.
Yeah,
Okay, so can I be your plus one
Yeah,
because
you
I
can
came up
be.
with this?
Yeah,
idea?
yeah,
Okay, but I think this is a thing. Supporters wise,
Yeah.
How has your time in North America and interacting with supporters when you talk with people compared to the fandom and the support that you received in Europe or in England?
yeah, I mean it's good. Obviously, it's always good to interact with the fans and,
Yeah.
and involve the fans any way you can really. And obviously, at the end of the day, you play for the fans. It's their club as well as
That's right.
as ours. So, to give back to them and in any way you can is always good. And obviously, when you're winning games and you're all celebrating together, and it's special.
It's nice, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
That's amazing. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to break.
Yep.
Then we're going to come back from break. We have a couple more questions, and we're going to do 12 questions.
Yeah.
Which I have not prepared you for.
No.
So that's the point. Nah,
Yeah,
if I
yeah,
gave you
it's-
that, dude, then
it's
you can
off the cut,
you
yeah.
can overthink it.
Yeah, yeah.
We're talking with CF Montreal, Tom Pearce, here in TSN 690, iHeartRadio. This is the first half. We are brought to you by Quincaillerie Notre Dame, serving the community for over 135 years, and I continuously emphasize that, over 135 years. So go visit them and support them. And again, we thank them for supporting the show. We're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to talk all kinds of football with Tom Pearce. Welcome back to TSN 690. This is the first half. I'm Paul Debaye, and we are joined in studio Tom Pearce. Are you into a little Eric B. and Rakim? You down with this
Yeah.
beat? You
Yeah.
like it,
Yeah,
huh?
it's a bit
I
me.
see. Yeah, I see that swing. That's what I'm talking about. What kind of music do you listen to? All kinds?
Yeah, all kinds, to be fair.
I'm not throwing you under the bus.
No,
don't
no,
worry.
I like a lot of country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
Yeah, when I'm driving, I like it. Windows
keep you
down,
calm.
sunroof open, bit of country.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You were here last summer, so there was a Lasso. It's the big music.
Yeah,
country
yeah.
Did you go
Yeah.
to that?
No, I didn't. I haven't been to any festivals here, to be fair. So
Well, you're gonna this summer?
Yeah, this summer.
As long as you're not out at as long as you're not playing.
I'm gonna try and get
Oh
there.
yeah, we'll set that up.
Yeah.
Hello, Evenko. We're gonna set up Tommy Boy here for some Lasso. So I just put it out on air, so everybody's gonna get in trouble. And we have no choice.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to ask you a football match as a fan. Is there one that sticks out to you as one of the more exciting ones that you've ever attended anywhere in the world?
I'd probably say it was the Liverpool v West Ham in the final, the one where Gerrard scored. It was
Stevie G.
Yeah,
Look at
Stevie
that
G,
smile.
yeah, one of the greatest to ever play the game, and
Yeah.
probably the greatest to ever play for Liverpool. So to experience that with my dad was something special.
When you go to Liverpool, when you go to the games, it's with your pops, nobody else,
and my brother.
and your brother.
Yeah, and then my uncle comes along now. And
The
again.
younger jiu-jitsu brother.
Yeah, that's him.
So he's basically, there's just nothing is gonna happen to you guys wherever you go, as long as younger brother's with you.
As long as
What's his name?
He's called Ben.
Ben?
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
Hey Ben.
Yeah.
We get you to Montreal to protect. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's fun. Do you guys have season tickets?
No, my uncle does.
Okay.
My dad used to have a season ticket, but we normally just buy the tickets online.
Yeah. Or your uncle holds
Yeah,
them. Is
or
like,
my
hey,
uncle,
happy
yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
or
Every
whatever.
time he gets a few tickets
Nice.
free, sort us out.
That's I like that. I like that. Montreal, you're now here. Has there been a standout dish, a culinary dish that you're just like, yeah, I dig this?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people know what I'm going to say. It's the poutine.
I want you to say it. That's why I want you to say it. It's the poutine.
Yeah, it's
I like the way you say
poutine.
it. Yeah.
So obviously, when I first come over, my family were here as well, so they have all had it. So it was good, and since then I've been eating it ever since. Not too much.
Very
but
rarely.
very,
Yes,
very rarely,
exactly.
yeah.
Let's be clear here.
Yeah.
Very
just
rarely.
when I'm allowed. Yeah.
When you're allowed.
Yeah.
Is it you have your list? Just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's the Thursday after X. I can do
Yeah.
that. That's cool. Because chips, gravy, and cheese just don't exist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, now that it's being exported
Yeah.
literally across the planet, but it's a Quebec thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool. Okay, community-wise, I just wanted to ask you this one question, then we'll get into 12 questions. But how important do you think the role is of a football club in the community to support causes and to sort of bring light to things that need, a light shone on them?
Yeah, I think it's massive. I've always done work in the community when I was back in England, when I've been in Montreal. I think it's just good to give back to the community, and I like getting involved. I like bringing happiness, because I just think everyone's obviously the same, and we all deserve the same respect and the same things in life. So to give back to people who maybe are less fortunate is always good. Yeah,
and again, I'm not like trying to put you on the spot or have one of those canned answers, but it is important.
Yeah,
and this is again with the first half. Like we always want to be jamming about that and constantly bringing it up. I know it sounds like a broken record, but it's you have an opportunity being in the public to do it. And sometimes the most simplest gesture that you can do changes a boy or girl's life forever. Like if you think about that kind of weight, what a great experience you guys can do.
And like you said, we're role model to a lot of kids. It's their dream to be professional footballers. So as long as we can help them, and as much as we can help, then I'm always happy to do.
Yeah,
so.
and set the tone too.
Yeah.
So that's where the professionalism comes in, and that's why it's so important for you guys to be on point.
Yeah.
It's unfair. No, I say it a little bit, but it's a bit unfair because it means you have to watch everything you say and every step, because there is a next generation that's literally saying, I want to do that. I want to follow. Right? Yeah. That's amazing. So listen, is there anything that I haven't brought up that you want to bring up? Do you want to go, oh, Liverpool, we won the Premier League 20 like everybody else. Do you want to do anything like that? Do you want to give props to anybody? You can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I brought it up. I mean, Liverpool are one of the greatest in the world at the minute, and obviously with the transfers coming in now,
excited,
very excited.
Yeah, of course.
They're spending the money at last.
Yeah. Well, come on, they were spending money.
Yeah, but this is
this is real money.
Yeah, this is real money now. Yeah.
This is a statement of intent. Yeah. We're not only going to try and keep the league, but we're going after Champions League.
Yeah.
This is exactly what this is. This is we're after it all. That's it. We're after it all.
Yeah.
Liverpool. Liverpool. Okay. So we're gonna do 12 questions.
Yeah.
You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. This is 12 questions on TSN 690 in the first half with Tom Pearce. 12 questions with Tom Pearce. Do you know where that track comes from? Do you like that track? Was it funky?
Sounds
funky.
good. Yeah, it's good.
Sesame Street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm giving Sesame Street its props. By the way, it's everywhere. Sesame Street is doing collabs with everybody. We'll get into that another day. Okay, question 1. Tom Pearce, here on the first half. Number 1, what is your favorite film?
Probably say The Wolf of Wall Street.
Amazing. Number 2, what is your favorite song or band?
I'm going to go Yellow and Coldplay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Number 3, favorite sports team?
Liverpool.
Man, you're supposed to go, who's your employer? No, dude, you're supposed
Well,
to have gone that
and
way.
then-
There's no
yeah,
wrong
yeah.
answer. You like it? Threw him under
Yeah,
the
he
bus.
tried catching me
Thanks,
out.
Paul. I threw you completely under the bus. Liverpool. Number 4. Favorite athlete, dead or alive?
Good question. I'd probably say Steven Gerrard.
Perfect. Number 5. What is your favorite food?
Full English.
I was just like, dude, man, you had to
yeah,
do the full
yeah.
English. Number 6. What is your favorite drink, alcoholic and non-alcoholic?
Favorite drink, non-alcoholic, is probably an orange Fanta. Yeah,
Amazing.
I do love one of them now and again. And alcoholic is the Disaronno and Coke, or Disaronno and pineapple juice. Yeah.
at this.
Anything
Sweet tooth.
Disaronno. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
What would be one thing that you would buy if you won the lottery?
If I won the lottery, I would buy. Wow.
It's live radio, Tommy.
Yeah.
A headphone? I don't know. Tick, tock, tick.
Probably just
Tuck.
a nice holiday.
A nice holiday.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah.
Totally love it. We're doing 12 questions here on TSN 690 on the first half with Tom Pearce. Number 8, dream trip, which is
Yeah, I'm gonna say Maldives.
oh, very nice. Very English. That's a
Yeah.
that's quite an answer. Number 9, how do you deal with stress?
I think kind of always looking at the positives, getting outdoors, going for walks, and yeah, just enjoying the outdoors really.
Yeah, breath work and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So for the ladies out there, Tommy
Yeah.
boy, pajamas or no pajamas?
Pajama shorts.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
pajama
good.
shorts because I don't like being too hot in bed.
Okay.
So the aircon's always on.
Aircon's always
Yeah.
on. Never know what's going to happen with the
Yeah,
aircon.
no.
Number 11, what is your favorite fashion brand at the moment?
Favorite fashion brand I would say is probably Adidas. Yeah, they've bringing out a few good collections. So
Very cool, yeah. Number 12, what is one thing you cannot live without?
my phone.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Love it. And I'm going to ask you for one word to describe football. So football is?
Amazing.
That's amazing. What an answer. That was 12 questions here on the first half with Tom Pearce, CF Montreal footballer Tom Pearce. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio. I hope you'll come back. I hope we'll be able to connect again. Good luck with the rest of the season. Everybody's supporting. We're all excited. And, dude, it's just stay around the ecosystem and we'll keep cheering you on. And thanks again.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me.
Liverpool! Liverpool!